Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Reality Derby. I am Marcus James Dixon.
And I'm Denton Davidson. And today we have host of The Amazing Race, Phil Keoghan.
Yeah.
And he's got some exciting news.
He does. And we're also going to be talking about Big Brother Week 3. We just have some brand new Big Brother news. We were just watching the spoilers in the live feed, so we know some things that you don't know yet. Phil Keoghan, just talked to him. His show, The Amazing Race, is over 100 Emmy nominations now. It's 103 to be exact, Denton.
That's a milestone. And he knows his Emmy history.
He does. He has 10 himself as a producer for The Amazing Race. He hasn't won as a host. Maybe that's coming in the future. But let's see what he has to say about the Emmy history and the upcoming season, which will feature Big Brother contestants. First of all, there's sort of breaking news here that the new season of The Amazing Race will be featuring several Big Brother contestants. It's going to premiere on CBS on September 25th. What can you tell us about this season of The Amazing Race that has contestants from Big Brother?
We know about the contestants of Big Brother. They're used to playing a lot of mind games. And I also love when people have come from another show and they're maybe a little bit cocky about their abilities. That always lends for some interesting scenarios. Race is quite different in the sense that you're not playing as many mind games with people because you're separated a lot more. Whereas in the house, these competitors, they're used to going head to head. They're used to being, that tension of being right next to somebody in the house. They don't come out of the house. So we get a lot of ideas from our fans about what they'd like to see on the show. Someone came up with an idea which I'd like to squash right away, which was, hey, Phil, why don't you get all the teams that get eliminated first and bring all of them onto the show? Wouldn't that be great? And I'm like, okay, first of all, yes, it would be exciting, but think about this for a second. The worst drivers, the worst to do challenges, the slowest people on the race, you want to put them together and reward the slowest racers? It's going to take us twice as long to shoot. So yes, let's kill that idea. Interesting from a content point of view, going to destroy our budget and our schedule from a monetary point of view. But my point is that with the Big Brother contestants, they're savvy, they're winners, some of them, they're used to competing, and they come in with a tremendous amount of confidence. And it's an interesting mix off the back of Big Brother, and maybe bringing some Big Brother audience across to see Amazing Race, some who have not seen it. Each of the shows, Big Brother, Survivor, and Amazing Race, they have quite different audiences. There is some overlap, but if you think about the three genres, they're quite distinct. They're quite different. So this crossover, it'll be an experiment. We'll see how people react to it. Some people love that that people come on the race have never done anything competitively before. But I'm interested to see whether some of the hardcore Amazing Race fans are accepting of the Big Brother contestants and maybe find them interesting to watch.
I'm one of those crossover fans that watches all three shows. So whenever there's, a cast member on one from another, I always get excited. And I know in the past, Big Brother contestants have won the Amazing Race, Cody and Jessica, and then there was Derek and Claire.
Eric and Claire.
So, I mean, I can't wait to see which couple or which person does really well on season 38.
Well, what they're going to do, what we've had them do, is actually pick a traveling companion. So that's a nice way of seeing a different side of some of the competitors, because we've got to know them in the Big Brother house, but now we're going to actually see them compete with somebody in their life that they feel is compatible to be able to go out onto the race. Regardless of whoever we cast on Amazing Race, I always hear the same thing at the end of the first leg, which is, oh, I had no idea it was this hard. And in the beginning, when I'm addressing them, I say, you're all used to competing inside a house. Now you're about to find out what happens when you compete in the real world. When we take you out to try to catch a train, rush through an airport to catch a flight, have to self-drive to get from one place to another. I mean, doing the challenges is one thing, but then when you get to the challenges, completing getting to the challenge, is one thing. And then the challenges is a completely different scenario, right? They're used to that. They're used to taking on challenges, but just getting from A to B can be incredibly difficult.
Well, I want to talk Emmy Awards for a moment because season 37 received 6 Emmy nominations this year, which I was doing the math, and now The Amazing Race is at a total of 103 nominations. The show has officially crossed that 100 mark. How does that feel?
Well, it's incredibly rewarding, and especially to be still part of the zeitgeist after 20, what are we, 24 years?
Hmm.
So yes, I mean, we strive to stay relevant. Um, I love that the different departments within Amazing Race, the camera department, sound department, editors, sound mixing, I love that they have all been recognized. It's an incredibly difficult show to produce. It hasn't gotten any easier over the years. If anything, it's gotten harder. We're constantly striving to do our best. We have incredible people working on the team. So it's validation of the hard work. But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And the show has won 10 Emmys for Best Competition Program, specifically in that category. And that's the record. I think the closest one after that is RuPaul's Drag Race, and they're only at 5.
I think it's nice to have the competition. It's good for audiences too to have choices of different shows that they like to watch. And I think from our point of view, we just love that we can still be in the mix and that we can still be a part of what people are talking about, what people still like. They love the self-driving. They love the teams getting lost. It's obviously our show is on a global scale, and it's very big, which has still kept the show quite unique, which is pretty awesome after as long as we've been on the air.
And where do you keep all of your Emmy trophies?
I have them at home in my office. I do have one here at my work office. But yeah, you hear people say things like, "Oh, they're in the bathroom and they're doorstops or whatever." But I would never treat an Emmy that way. I put them in a nice place. I don't have them like on public display in the house. I put them in the office. But yeah, no, they're proudly displayed.
Season 37, I loved this season because it was the season of surprises. There were so many twists and all these different concepts, and some new elements that were introduced were the fork in the road, the driver's seat, and the valet roulette. So I'm curious, generally speaking, what is the process for new ideas and concepts to enter the game? Is there like a brainstorming session? How does that work?
We're always looking to do new and different things, and I think it's important. I think it's important that you continually evolve to try to do new and different things. Certainly with regards to the elements that I do on my show, my segments that I pull together, I'm always trying to do something different. The 90 minutes has really allowed us, since we expanded from 60 minutes to 90 minutes, it really allowed us to do some new and different things. We know that the audience really love the injection of factoids and learning about a place. And what I'm seeing online more and more is people saying, "Hey, look, here I am at where you guys had the pit stop, or where you had a particular challenge, or I went and did this challenge as a result of Amazing Race." So we're always looking for new and different ways to connect with the audience. And as part of evolving, we also need to take the audience into a new place, or give them something fresh to look at. And so the season of surprises, I mean, the show inherently is a surprise show because of the envelopes that they rip and read. They don't know what's in those envelopes. I mean, it is a little bit like Christmas time where you open up the present, but you don't know what's inside. So we inherently have that built in. There's a lot of great surprises that are always there. But in this particular season, we were looking to add some bigger ones and some ones that came from a little left field. So yes, the driver's seat, absolutely loved. The valet roulette is actually something that I've been championing for a long time with regards to, back in the day, it used to be there when you rented cars, all you could get were manual cars. And now a lot of places only have automatic cars, or they don't have as many manual cars. So I've always been an advocate for, okay, well, let's make it that, it's first come, first serve. If you get there first and you want to drive an automatic and the automatic is available, let's say there's 5 automatic and 5 manual, you get there first, you get the choice. I like that idea. We went with the roulette, so it was sort of like lucky dip. So it just, throws a little, it changes things up even for the first teams that get there, because they don't know that they're guaranteed to get the easy car to drive, the automatic. But yeah, that seemed to be really popular. I posted that stand-up online, and it got a lot of views and a lot of comments. And we read what people say. We like to know. I did a week-long dive into Amazing Race online, and I'm not joking, like a full-on 1 week heavy deep dive into what are people talking about, what do people like, what do they want to see more of, what do they dislike, and I think it's hugely important, especially now that we have this ability to canvas in a way that we couldn't when we first started The Amazing Race. You didn't have this information available to you, short of paying somebody to go out and do research. Now you literally just go online and you post something and people respond to it, and there's no filter, as you know. And that's a good thing. Like, I think we can't stick our head in the sands and just think we've got it all figured out and we know what to do. We have to listen. We have to hear what people are saying, and we have to try to give people what they want. That's a huge part of maintaining the longevity of the show over the years.
The winners of the season were Carson and Jack, best friends, gamers who slayed the dragon in the real world. They were used to slaying the dragon on their video games. They won the $1 million. Do you think they're a good representation of the series?
Absolutely. I personally love when the teams come on and they come in with joy and this sense of wonder and wanderlust and enthusiasm. They are just one of those teams that you want to watch because they're always having fun. They're really respectful to each other. And to me, that's hugely important. There's nothing worse than, and it's happened in the past, where maybe you cast a team and you have really high expectations for them, and then for one reason or another, they just don't live up to your expectations. That's the worst. But with Carson and Jack, absolutely, 100% epitomized to me what you want to see in teams.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw in, you also want to have a bit of an adversary, right? You want to throw in a few, I can swear on this, kind of shit stirrers, basically. You want a bit of that too. It's because life is like that, right? Like not everything is a bunch of roses, right? Like sometimes people stir things up, and that's a good thing. So the casting is key for us, and you want that mix. You want the mix, and I think over the years we've really prided ourselves. I mean, casting is another Emmy nomination that we got. We've prided ourselves in really trying to give the audience a real mix of everybody in America. It's impossible to do it in one season, but collectively, if you look at the cast that we've had on Amazing Race over the years, going right back to season 1, I think you'll agree, we've done a pretty good job at having a really interesting collection of people, and some that are unforgettable, right? Like anybody from the Globetrotters to the Cowboys to Kenton Vixen to David and Mary or Charla and Myrna. We've had even going back way back to season 1 with the Guidos and then Kevin and Drew. Iconic lines that have come out of our cast over the years, like "Swing You Fat Bastard Swing," which was going right back to season 1, or "My Ox Is Broken" with Colin, and the watermelon scene. Like all of these moments collectively over the years have come about because of great characters.
Yeah, as a viewer, it's always fun to root against a team as well. And I wonder how you feel about, the term villains and having people on the show that the audience roots against. This season, there was Jonathan and Anna, the married parents who were fighting quite a bit. What was your opinion on them?
Well, like I said, I think it's important to not just have everything being, like vanilla ice cream. You've got to have all the different flavors. So yeah, a villain in there. Some people see them as villains, other people don't. A particular team, but yeah, you want to mix things up. You want to
Mhm.
stir it up. I mean,
Well, before we go, I'm curious, what is a dream city or country that The Amazing Race has not yet traveled to that is at the top of your bucket list?
I think we're close to 100 countries visited on Amazing Race. I mean, it would be great one day, maybe if that becomes number 100. Actually, I think next season we're going to hit 100. Really would love us to get to Nepal. For one reason or another, we haven't been able to pull it off. We've had it on the list, we've had it there lined up to go. It's some countries are difficult to get in and out of, like because there's not a lot of flights. The audience loves when there's airport mayhem, so to speak. And sometimes you can't have it because there's literally only like one flight a day or one flight every third day or one flight a week. And so the scheduling of all of that becomes very, very difficult. The other place I'd love us to get to is Antarctica.
Mm.
Are direct flights that can take you in, but then that window of when you can go in the summer in the southern hemisphere, which is winter in the northern hemisphere, you've got a window of time, summer solstice down there, December 22nd, where you have 24 hours of sun. You have to time it so that you're shooting in that window. And then again, the logistics of getting everybody in and then everybody out. And it's not like flying in and out of O'Hare or anything. It's not like there's multiple flights. So, but those are two places that I would really love us to get to. And then, looking a little bit further ahead, I also feel like we've got to get to outer space. I mean, why not? We gotta get a clue up in outer space. I have not had the honor of connecting with Richard Branson, but I did come up with the concept that maybe Richard Branson invites us up for tea, and we're up in he's in orbit with some nice
Mm.
Twinings, like maybe some Earl Grey tea, and we pop up for tea. Hopefully, he has milk and honey up there, and we can have some weightless Twinings with Sir Richard Branson. Wouldn't that be a nice clue to open?
I mean, that would be season 40. That would be a monumental moment in television history.
Wouldn't it be great? And you
Mhm.
get dressed. You go up, you have your tea, do a few orbits around the Earth, look back down on our beautiful blue marble, and then drop back down for brunch.
Let's make it happen. Okay, so that was Phil Keoghan talking about Emmy Awards and the new Big Brother crossover season. One thing he said is that the Big Brother contestants on The Amazing Race are savvy. They're winners. They're used to competing, and they come in with a tremendous amount of confidence.
I mean, they've won in the past twice. You mentioned Jesse and Cody and Jessica and Claire and Derek. So they do bring something, and they bring a fan base with them that is built in, and that's exciting. And they're competitive. So it'll be fun to see them in this new situation. Whoever the cast is, there's been leaks that, I mean, there's definitely some speculation, and if those leaks are true, then it's going to be a really fun season.
It's going to be really good if the leaks are true because there's some people that were my favorites from Big Brother 26 that are supposed to be on the show, but we won't know until CBS confirms. He's also hoping that there is going to be some, extra viewers, Big Brother fans that may not watch The Amazing Race. Hopefully, they come over and make this the highest-rated season of all time.
It's like Big Brother, the All-Star season that we want, because I remember talking about how shitty the All-Stars was for Big Brother. So to just take the All-Stars and put them in a completely different show, that's a lot more fun. I like this idea.
He talked about Carson and Jack, the winners who you interviewed earlier this season, and he says that they are so fun, they're so respectful to each other, and they come in with joy and a sense of wonder and wanderlust and enthusiasm. He's very, very proud that they are sort of the representatives of The Amazing Race currently.
Yeah, they were fun. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be one of my most memorable winners of all time, but it was overall a very good season. I do like all of these new ideas that they've brought to the show, and it really has kept it fresh. I do think it's one of the better seasons of the last few. So I do like that they're changing things up and open to ideas.
I love what he said about Jonathan and Anna, the villains from season 37.
Yeah,
I get all the numbers mixed up. So yeah, Jonathan and Anna, he says sometimes you need a few shit stirrers in the cast, and they definitely were.
I agree. I mean, no one wants a bunch of nice people. Like it's more fun. Except for I will say they weren't as entertaining because they were more shit stirring each other. It was almost uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable.
There's a difference between like stirring the pot and like making other people like misdirect or something, but they were just sort of abusive. Like it was to each other.
It
like,
made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was awkward.
Jonathan and Anna, but to his point, I mean, the show got a nomination for best casting, so clearly some people out there liked the cast, and that includes the villains. Okay, so Big Brother season 27. I'm getting all my numbers mixed up. It's 27, right?
I don't know. It's 26.
It's 27. So we have Keanu.
It's 27.
Keanu and Kelly and Will have been nominated for eviction by Lauren. What do you think of Lauren's head of household reign so far?
I think she's the most boring person that could have possibly been the head of household this week. I mean, we didn't know a lot about her, and she seems to just be taking direction from everyone. You know, it's interesting to see where her loyalties lie, though, because she's sort of struggling, like, do I want to go with the guys where she could probably, like, slip by to the end with them, but she'll never make it, or the girls, and she's sort of on the bottom of their totem pole as well. So it's interesting, and one of the funny quotes, Rachel had a funny quote this week, where she was talking to Lauren, and I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, you're beautiful, you're young, you're smart, you don't need to be taking advice from some guy that's unemployed and lives with his parents and he's in his 30s. Because she's been like having all these conversations with Vinny, and Rachel's getting right in there. And I think Rachel swayed her because we now know how the veto results went and who the replacement nom was.
I mean, spoiler alert, should we just say who it is? Keanu has one veto. That means he's removing himself from the block. This is the second week in a row that the veto was used on Keanu.
Which I love because he's so annoying. So it's so much fun to keep him in the house and just getting under everybody's skin. Like, he definitely keeps the game alive. The guys are pissed off at him. So I enjoy Keanu staying around.
And the replacement nominee has just been announced, and it is Adrian. So we have Adrian, Kelly, and you're rolling your eyes. These three people have already been nominated before, including last week.
It's so weak to just keep putting the same people up week after week. None of these people do anything to anyone. It's such a worthless reign. Jimmy's HOH reign sucked, and now Lauren's is just as bad, if not worse. The only thing stupider is Kelly, because I think she volunteered again.
Yeah, this is the third time she's volunteered.
I mean, she's got to go.
I mean, it's possible she's going to be sitting in that final seat on Thursday night. She has the blockbuster that could potentially save her, like it did in episode 1, or week 1, I should say. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know who of these three is going home. I guess Adrian maybe, because he's the physical threat. Everyone loves Will. He got 0 votes last week against Amy. She got all 13. And then Kelly, I mean, who thinks Kelly's a threat?
Nobody. But she's just the easy person to put up.
Yeah.
But I will say they keep setting Adrian up for success because they're so scared to put up anyone else with any ability of any kind. I mean, Adrian will just keep beating everyone in the blockbuster. Like, he's not going to lose to Will or... I mean, Kelly has maybe a slightly better chance since she's proven that she could, like, finish a puzzle at least. But, I mean, I think Adrian's just going to keep smoking these people until he gets someone who's actually a formidable comp threat.
I mean, it really depends on what the blockbuster is, because they try to make it as as even playing field as they can. So we could see someone like Will pull out a victory depending on what the challenge happens to be.
We'll see. I mean, it's usually clues or a puzzle. They don't have a lot of time, so they can't waste a lot. I do like that they've made it less like physical only. There was a time period where all of like the athletic males would just dominate all of these competitions, and that's changed. And that's also one of the reasons why like athletic males have gone home early the last 2 seasons, even though that has changed. The stereotype hasn't lifted, even though they're not really the challenge beasts that they once were. I mean, last season's challenge beast was Jag, who was far from a bro in that sense.
I wonder if Jag's going to be on the new Amazing Race.
It's possible.
It's possible. Another storyline this week was Mickey deciding, should I use my power to overthrow the HOH? Should I not use it? She ultimately decided not to use it. And, I mean, that was a good decision because she's not on the block and her besties, Morgan, Rachel, Jimmy, none of them are on the block. So her whole side of the house is safe this week.
Also, everyone knows she has this power.
Mickey?
Yes.
No, she only told Morgan.
And everyone knows.
Is that on the live feeds?
I've been reading about this. I mean, I did one of my spoiler updates, and at least 5 people had been talking like, oh, Mickey for sure has the power. Adrian is well aware that she has the power. Rachel and Amy were talking about how Mickey had the power. So, I mean, she may have not confirmed it to anyone else, but I feel like whoever this happens to, she's going to get screwed out of it.
I mean, we shall see. Before we go, did you want to mention anything about your interview with Amy? I see that she wishes Rachel never came in the house.
I mean, she did. She wishes because it really ruined her game. She didn't expect to be like form a bond with her. She said when Rachel entered, she thought she was just there to like be a host of like a special game or something, and she's sort of like, and then it sort of ruined her HOH because she couldn't not be friends with her once they became friends. So it sort of pulled her down. But, I mean, I don't know where she would have gone without Rachel either.
Right. It would have been a totally different game. And she also says that Jimmy is a snake and a liar. She reiterated that with you. She is not a Jimmy fan. Like,
she's not a
so
Jimmy
many people aren't.
She hates Jimmy. Well, hate's a strong word. That was my words, not hers. She does not like Jimmy, and she also did not like Keanu, who she also calls a liar. But she said she also never really talked to Keanu. She just knows he lies to everyone else. She's like, but I don't talk game with him, so like he doesn't lie to me, so I really don't care. But Jimmy did lie to me, so she did have a lot of beef with Jimmy.
Womp womp.
I still don't know what Jimmy's trying to do in the game. Like, I don't know why he's...
No.
Because the alliance I thought he was in, he keeps destroying.
Remember week 1 when Rachel came in? He's like, I'm going to go for her. I'm going to get her out of here. And then a week later, he was like best friends with her and did not nominate her when he could have. So, yeah, I don't know what his
They're
game plan
tiptoeing
is.
around Rachel a lot, and I don't really understand it because she has no power in the game. Like, I don't know what they think she's going to be able to do to them. Like, if she wanted to, or if she had the ability to, she would have been the HOH or won something. This happened to, was it Janelle? And when she came back, like, Rachel was hated in the house, like, the earlier years she played. But she kept winning. Like, she had this ability to, like, pull herself out of situations and win competitions. She's not winning those competitions. And that happened to Janelle.
Yeah, and it's funny because Rachel during Sunday's episode was crying in the backyard. I can't win any challenges. It's only week 3, Rachel. Like, there's still so many weeks to go. I'm not giving up hope that you can pull out something.
There's something so funny about when she cries. Like, I don't know if because I don't know how genuine it is, but
I think it's genuine.
She's just, and I like her a lot, but it's funny to me when she cries because it's usually over something so ridiculous. But she's a lot of fun on the show, so I hope she figures out a way to stick around.
Well, she's obviously going to make it to week 4 because she's not one of these 3 nominees. And by the way, let's compare, or who is your favorite HOH so far? We've had Vince, Jimmy, and Lauren. I would say 2 of these HOHs were snooze fests. Vince, by default, Vince is the best.
Yeah, Vince was the best, and he also had to sort of navigate where the game was even going to go. Mm-hmm. I think Jimmy and Lauren were extremely boring, predictable, lame.
Pretty much.
We definitely need someone to shake it up. We need people on the... The only good thing that's going to come out of this is that they're getting rid of people that aren't... I mean, other than Zay. Zay was probably going to be a good competitor. But if they keep putting all these weak people on the block, they're going to have to eat each other eventually. So maybe this is boring now, but it could be setting us up for some excitement ahead.
Well, before we go, there was one other comment from Phil Keoghan I wanted to mention. I asked him, where does he see the future of The Amazing Race? Where would he want to film next? And he said outer space. He wants a challenge in outer space. He wants the contestants to go up, open their clue, have some tea, look down at the beautiful blue marble. What do you think about that?
I mean, can you have tea in outer space? Like,
Oh, yeah,
I feel like it would
kind
be
of-
floating
It would
by you.
float, yeah.
I mean, I think it would be just a spectacle and a waste of time to just fly up there and open an envelope. I would want them to, like, race around the moon in their spacesuit or something. I just feel like we're not there yet, and I mean, it's fine. I just really don't feel like watching a rocket go up for an envelope.
I think it'd be fun. You're such a hater.
I mean, they could fake that in the studio.
Now we're going to get into all kind of conspiracy theories on the moon landing. Anyways, that's our show for this week. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and join us next week for another episode of Reality Derby.